Every time you get angry, you're burning yourself first. Breathe. There is no rush here, just you and this moment. If these words bring you stillness, consider subscribing. This space is made for you, like a quiet bench beneath the trees, always here when your soul needs to sit. Now, let's begin. Have you ever noticed what happens inside when anger rises? Not just the words or the fire in your chest, but the very first flicker, the clenching in your stomach, the heat behind your eyes, the tightening of your throat like a storm preparing to shout. It comes quickly, doesn't it? Like a flame to dry grass. But here's the truth. Before anger ever touches another, it scorches you. It is like grasping a burning coal with the intent of throwing it, only to realize your own hands are blistering first. This isn't punishment, it's a signal. Your body, your spirit, they are whispering, not screaming. They're asking you to pause, to feel, not to explode, but to explore. Where is this fire really coming from? Often, it's not the other person, not the insult, not the delay, the betrayal, the traffic, the silence. No, the match was already in your hand. The world simply gave it wind. There is a sorrow beneath anger, always. A need unmet, a wound unspoken, a boundary crossed long before this moment. Anger, in truth, is a guardian. It shouts only because no one listened when it whispered. But if we meet it with more fire, it grows wild. If we meet it with stillness, it begins to soften. You are not wrong for feeling angry, no more than clouds are wrong for bringing rain. But what you do with it, that shapes your world. Can you notice it? The way your breath shortens when you're hurt? The way your shoulders rise like armor? Your mind sharpening into weapons? This isn't weakness, it's protection. Somewhere, long ago, you learned to raise your voice to avoid feeling small, to strike before you were struck, to yell so you wouldn't cry. But now, that old armor may be hurting you more than helping. What if you could lay it down? Not all at once. Just here. Just feel your breath return to you. Like a bird landing softly on your chest. You don't need to control it. Just notice. That's anger is not the enemy. Denying it is. When we shove it down, it turns cold into resentment, sarcasm, bitterness, a quiet poison. When we let it run wild, it turns hot into violence, blame, chaos. But in between, there is another way. To sit with it, to bow to it, to ask, what are you protecting? What have I not heard in myself? And then, just listen. You may find a child in there, scared, ignored, wanting so deeply to be seen. You may find grief wearing anger as a mask, because grief is tender and anger feels strong. You may find shame, the oldest wound of all, the belief that you are not enough, and anger flares to cover that bruise. But if you stay, if you keep breathing, that fire begins to warm you instead of burn. It becomes light, compassion, power. But a different kind of power, not the kind that conquers others, the kind that can sit in silence and still feel whole. Do you see how rarely we are taught this? How often the world rewards rage and punishes softness? But the truth is, it takes more strength to pause than to punch, to breathe than to break, to feel than to flee. Let that strength rise in you now, not as tension, but as presence. The next time anger comes, and it will, what if you don't push it away? What if you just say, I see you. Come sit. Tell me everything. It may shake, it may scream, but if you do not fight it, it will not destroy you. Like a wave, it will rise, then fall, and beneath it the ocean is still there. Deep, steady, unmoved. That ocean is your true nature. Stillness. awareness, peace. Anger is weather. You are the sky. So when the storm comes, remember, you don't have to become the storm. Let it pass through you. Let it teach you. Let it go. And if you stumble, if you yell, if you burn again, that's okay. This is not about perfection. It's about remembering who you are beneath the flame. Soft, vast. Each moment you choose stillness, you are healing. Each breath you take, instead of shouting, you are breaking a cycle. Not just for yourself, for everyone you touch. Because your peace ripples. And one day, someone will sit with their own anger, just because they saw you sit with yours. This is how the world changes. Not in noise, but in presence. So next time anger knocks, take a breath. Light a candle, not a fire. Speak, not to win, but to understand. And before you act, listen not just to others, but to the echo in your own heart. It may be saying, please be gentle with me, I've been hurt before. And you can answer, I know, I'm here now. You're safe. This is how we return to our center, to our breath. You were never meant to carry this fire alone. Let it warm you, not wound you. And when you feel ready, forgive. Not for them, for you. Because freedom isn't forgetting, it's releasing the rope that keeps pulling you back into the flame. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to be right. You just need to be real, to feel, to breathe, to begin again, and again, and again. This moment is and so are you. Have you noticed how anger lingers in the body long after the moment has passed? The conversation ends. The door closes. The day moves on. But something inside you doesn't. It replays the words, the looks, the silence. It sharpens the memory until it cuts. You may be alone now, but the fire is still burning. Quietly, under the skin. And this is what anger does. It chains you to moments you no longer live in. It convinces you that holding on is safer than letting go. But have you ever held a blade and not bled? Every thought soaked in resentment, every replay of what they did, what they said, is another turn of that blade inward. Not because you are weak, but because you are wounded. And wounds, they do not heal in noise, they heal in presence. Stillness is medicine. It allows you to feel the wound without becoming it. It allows you to see anger without being consumed by it. So try this. The next time your mind replays the moment, don't follow the story. Follow the sensation. Feel the tightening in your jaw, the pressure in your chest, the clench in your fist. Now breathe there, not to change it, not to fix it, just to be with it, like a friend sitting beside another in silence. No judgment, only awareness. Anger softens in the presence of compassion, even your own, especially your own, because underneath all anger is pain, and underneath pain is a longing to be seen, to be heard, to be held. This longing is not weakness. It is the seed of your humanity. It is what connects you to every other being who has ever felt small or hurt. Or when you honor that longing, you reconnect with yourself. And when you reconnect with yourself, you don't need to lash out, because you are no longer abandoned by you. You are home again. Some say that when a bell rings in a temple, the sound doesn't stop. It just becomes too soft to hear. Anger is like that. It may begin as a roar, but it echoes long after in quieter forms: tension, fatigue, cynicism, distance. So notice those echoes. The way you speak faster than your heart can feel. The way you judge before you understand. The way you shut down because opening feels dangerous. These are echoes, not flaws. They are signs that something inside still wants your attention. Give it. Not with force, but with breath. Each inhale is a homecoming. Each exhale, a release. You don't need answers right now. You only need presence. Answers arise when the storm settles, and it will, because no emotion, no matter how loud, is permanent. Even the sharpest flame flickers. Even the fiercest tide returns to stillness. So will you. When someone harms you, it's easy to believe that holding anger gives you power, that if you let go, they win. But here's the truth. Forgiveness is not about letting them off the hook. It's about unhooking yourself, so you can walk freely, so you can breathe again without their name tightening your lungs, so your nervous system no longer flinches at the past. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It means you choose not to live inside the wound. You visit it, you honor it, you learn from it, then you return to the present, where healing lives. Because peace is not in the past, and anger cannot rewrite it. Only love, gently placed in the present, can change your life. And that love begins with you. There is a tree that grows even after lightning strikes its trunk. Its bark blackened, its branches broken, but still it reaches toward the sun. Not because it forgot the fire, but because it chose life anyway. You are that tree. Your anger may have scorched parts of you, but your roots run deep, deeper than rage, deeper than pain, into something eternal, still, unshakable. And from that depth you can grow again, wiser, stronger, softer. Yes, softer. Because softness is not fragility, it is courage. To stay open when it would be easier to close. To speak with kindness when your mouth remembers how to wound. To touch the world with compassion even while healing. This is true strength. The kind that does not dominate. The kind that liberates. When you were younger, you may have been taught that anger means control. That those who shout the loudest are the strongest. That silence is weakness. But look again. Is the mountain weak because it does not shout? Is the moon less powerful because it glows instead of burns? There is a quiet power in you. It does not seek to win. It seeks to. It does not clench. It opens. It does not blame. It reflects. And when you touch that place, truly anger has no grip. It becomes a wave you can ride, not a flood that drowns you. It becomes energy, not destruction. You speak, not to punish, but to reveal. You act not from reactivity but from clarity. This is mastery, not over others, over self. The world will continue to give you reasons to react. There will be injustice, cruelty, thoughtlessness, pain. But between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space, you are free. Free to choose not what the world expects, but what your soul longs for. Peace, integrity, love. Let that space widen with every breath, until it becomes your sanctuary, where you pause, where you feel, where you return, again and again. And when you forget, and you will, do not punish yourself. That too is part of the path. Each return is sacred. Each moment of awareness, a miracle. You are not failing. You are waking up, one breath at a time. You may have been told that anger makes you strong, that it's a fire you must carry to be taken seriously, to be respected, to be heard. But listen carefully. True strength doesn't shout. It doesn't clench its fists. It doesn't seek to overpower. True strength is the one who stays rooted when the winds howl. It is the hand that reaches instead of strikes. It is the breath that steadies the heart before the heart is broken open again. The world is full of noise, of reaction, of blame. And in the middle of it all, a single still soul becomes a lighthouse. You can be that, not because you suppress your rage, but because you meet it, understand it, soften it, and choose to respond from something deeper, from wisdom, from stillness, from love. Not love that forgets or denies, but love that transcends. The kind that says, I will not lose myself trying to hurt you. I will not become what broke me. I choose peace, even if it trembles in my voice. Somewhere someone once hurt you, and no one came to protect you. So now, when the world feels similar, your body remembers the tension, the breath held, the impulse to fight. But what if this time someone did show up? What if that someone is you, not the angry voice inside, not the critic, not the wounded child acting strong, but the quiet one, the wise one, the version of you that sees everything and still chooses to stay kind. You don't need to become a different person. You only need to return to who you were before the pain hardened your heart. And this journey from fire back to light is not linear. You'll stumble, you'll react, you'll say things you didn't mean. But each time you return, that is grace. That is growth. That is how mountains are moved. Not in great leaps, but in quiet shifts. Yes, if your anger could speak, what would it say? Not just the surface words, the ones that come quick and sharp, but the words beneath. Would it say, I feel forgotten? Would it whisper, I never felt safe? Would it ask, will anyone ever understand me? This is not weakness. This is honesty. This is healing. Let those words come, not to blame, but to witness. Because sometimes, the only thing our inner wounds need is to be not fixed, not judged. Just see, like a storm watched from the window, wild but no longer feared. There is no timeline for this work, no finish line for peace. It is not a place you reach once and stay forever. It is a path you walk, barefoot, sometimes bleeding, but always forward. And every time you choose awareness over reaction, every time you speak with softness instead of spite, every time you breathe when you want to break, you are transforming, not into something new, but back into your truest self. The self that existed before the world taught you anger as protection. The self that knows stillness is strength, presence is power, and love, not the storybook kind, but the brave, steady, gentle kind, is the ultimate rebellion. Right? If you ever feel lost again, sit with the flame. Don't run from it. Don't fuel it. Just watch it. Feel the heat. Watch it dance. Ask it, what are you here to show me? Let it burn away what no longer serves you. Let it reveal what was hiding underneath. And when it settles, as all flames do, you'll find something precious in the ashes. Yourself. Not the self shaped by pain, but the self that remembers peace, that breathes gently, that speaks truthfully, that walks lightly on this earth, no longer trying to conquer, only to understand. This, you are not behind. You are not broken. You are blooming. Even now, even here. Let this be the reminder. You are not your anger. You are not your past. You are the awareness watching it all. And in that awareness there is space for healing, for forgiveness, for love, for beginning again. So, dear one, when anger rises again, and it will, meet it not as an enemy. Meet it as a teacher. Bow to it. Breathe with it. And ask, what pain are you protecting? What truth are you holding? What part of me is still waiting to be loved? Then be the one who loves it. Not someday. Now, right here, in this breath. Because every moment of gentleness you give yourself is a revolution. And every flame you choose not to feed is peace passed down to the next heartbeat. The world needs more of that. It begins with you. True free. Whenever you're ready, this video, this space, is always here. A quiet bench beneath the trees. A home for the weary flame. And if these words helped you feel even one breath softer, consider subscribing. Not for numbers, for nourishment, for a steady hand in the store. Until next time, may you be free from suffering. May you be at peace. May you come home to yourself and